What's up, guys? This is jaded 7 RCT, bringing you another video for you guys. Happy holidays to everybody out there who's watching at this time. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do the amount of content that I usually do for you guys, but work has been crazy hectic, as I usually tell you guys. That hasn't changed at all. Today we have a special video, and it's another unfiltered, by the way. It's unfiltered number 7, and this time we're going to talk about all of these beauties that we got here in the background. These are basically the year 1 or almost year 1 of the Nintendo Switch. Now, many people are arguing the success of the system so far. I'm in the camp of still being very optimistic of the chances, not only of the chances of the Switch to surpass other consoles from the past, but also to surpass the install base of current consoles as we know them. Now, there's a lot to be said, of course, of why this is happening in particular. Let's move on here. But mainly, it's all about the games. I mean, the games, the advertising, the way that Nintendo has basically taken all of the stuff that was a weak spot for the Wii U and basically turned it around. A newfound focus on Japan, first and foremost, then moving outward. To me, that's something that was very much missing from the Wii U. The Wii U, in my opinion, even though I love that system to death, I was there from day one, just like the Switch and many other, basically all of the consoles in the past except for the NES. The NES I picked up when I was 14, and it was a present, and it wasn't like year 1 or day 1 or anything like that. But my point is, the Wii U was, it felt more like Nintendo trying to be Apple. They'd changed the whole branding from their classic red that they had in their logo. You could see it in little stuff, little details. They went with gray, and they went with the whole naming convention that they thought would be more mainstream to attract. Don't get me wrong, it all worked, because it did work. However, it worked to attract a whole bunch of short-term customers that were just in it for the fad, in it to be able to say, hey, I got a Wii. How about you? Have you tried the Wii? Are you going to get the Wii? Let's get the Wii. Everybody wants a Wii. Unfortunately, when it came to games, even though it did have a nice collection of games, it felt short by a lot. That, and of course the fact that it didn't have the technical prowess of their competitors, mainly in the HD space, made for the Wii becoming kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Unfortunately, the follow-up, which was the Wii U, I don't know, I guess at that point Nintendo lost sight of certain aspects. They felt that maybe with the power of the money that they made with the coming off of the Wii U will basically sell itself, and that they didn't need to basically market. He probably felt that they didn't have the need of marketing the system in any way, because the same people who bought the Wii was gonna buy the Wii U. And of course they got a lesson, a lesson of failure really quickly after that. But focusing on Nintendo Switch, it released outside of the holiday window. It released on basically springtime of this year, March 3 to be exact. It didn't have many games in the beginning, like many other platforms, of course. But it did have, from day one, it did have indie titles. It did have something for everybody who wanted something different from the same old, first-person shooters and all that stuff. It was weak, of course. It was weak, but there were some really good quality games in there. As time went on, number 2 to me in the list of reasons of why the Nintendo has made it so far so great is the fact that they started releasing first-party titles, really good ones, each and every month, sprinkled with some indie games on the eShop, some third-party games here and there, small ones, of course, small titles, not the really big ones, because everybody was on the fence. Everybody was predicting that the system was going to fail, yada yada. And not only the Western companies, I mean, we're talking about third parties from overseas and the Western ones as well. However, little did we know that Nintendo had courted to a few of them. A few, like Bethesda, for example, which came out of nowhere, and after the summertime, around August, I think it was, they basically laid down the bomb that was the announcement of Doom, and game Doom and Wolfenstein, of course, which is coming next year. Add to that Skyrim and L.A. Noire and Dragon Ball Z. These titles, these right here, the one that you see on the background, these are all the titles that I've had managed to get so far on my personal Switch. This is a wall that I made out of my titles. And except for one or two that are not really that good, that they feel, I just took a chance on them. They are really games that really made me feel that I didn't waste my money. With the exception of one that I'm going to show here. I don't even want to do that. This one right here, guys, 2K18, is one that I will eventually get to it. I still have high hopes that the gods over there at 2K will send us a patch that will correct these flaws in this game, so we can have a proper wrestling game on the system. If not, I'll just do a comedic kind of thing with the game. Also have here Ukulele, which I still haven't shoot off for you guys. You know what? No, this one is actually on the other SD card, so I finish off doing the Dimension Drive and Gunbird, which should be already uploaded by the time you see this. And once I finish doing this video, I'm going to go back to Xenoblade Chronicles because it's just damn amazing. Now, let me load up 9 parchments here just for the kick of it. And I didn't notice that I had here in these logos. Ha ha ha, I didn't take that off. But yeah, basically it hasn't been a full year, and the Nintendo Switch is basically selling gangbusters. I mean, in Japan there's still lines. Not only lines, but basically lotteries and stuff for people to try and pick up the system. More and more announcements are being made. Right now, the recent thing that's trending on social media is that the Nintendo is not only selling well, but it's on track to beat PlayStation 2 in its first year of sales. Now, that's a huge thing. Whether it makes it there or not, it's not the point. The point is that the momentum that the system has so early is only, but a good thing. So I think that, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, I think it's gonna get better. I think that
once again, our story began at the Astral Academy, where young wizards from all over the world gathered to learn magic. Students of the Academy were learning their basic spells under the guidance of...
This is one that, yeah, stay tuned for this one. This one is going to come up pretty soon. 9 parchments from Frozen Byte. But yeah, the point is, this is basically my list of games here. And the thing about this that really blows my mind at this point in time, being that it's still not the full year, that's why I call it the almost full year, is the fact that you have everything from Neo Geo titles, arcade classic titles, to indie games, both new and multi-platform, or more like classic titles like Shovel Knight. You have, let's say, third-party stuff like, let's say, playgrounds. You have sports. You have different genres. You also have this title is kind of like a phone game. There's a lot of those there. You got to be really careful with those. But not only in terms of the game varieties, you got shoot 'em ups, which you know that I really love. The third party are starting to show up, as you can see here. Doom was amazing when it came out. There's a lot of people bitching about the resolution and stuff, but the game plays absolutely awesome. And I'm still playing the computer one. Now, they're the ones who are taking care of the Wolfenstein 2 port that's coming on next year. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, oh my god, I put so many hours into this game. I don't know how I even stopped playing it. This guy, I need to go back to that one. That one came out in the beginning. Mario Odyssey was a blast. I mean, everything here. Rocket League, which I never thought that was going to make it over. The Gunboat series, so far all the games that these guys are making, even though, let's suppose that we didn't get an announcement of Mega Man like we did, which we did, by the way. We got 11 and we got Mega Man Collection. So, yeah, awesome. These people right here, these are Mega Man people. These are Mega Man devs. These are people who know their 2D shooters or their 2D platformers. So these series I cannot recommend highly enough. But yeah, all in all, we have a fighter in the way of ARMS, and when you compare the most recent version, the last version 5.0 to the 1.0 that came out in the beginning, you see how it grew in just a few months. Splatoon, what more can I say about Splatoon? Amazing title. It just never ends. I mean, you always want to go back to this title. Surprise of the year, I think, is Kingdom Battle, because third person strategy, third person perspective strategy with the Mario franchise and Ubisoft. No one really expected this, especially on the first year of the system. Minecraft, we have Minecraft. We have games within the system that actually does crossplay with Microsoft and the Xbox platform. Something that not even Sony can say at this point, because they don't want to play, they don't want to go into the cross-platform thing. RPGs, we're starting to get Resident Evils. We're starting to get Capcom on our side again. More to be announced. I'm expecting from Namco Bandai, because they're seeing the potential in the system, they're seeing that their games are selling, that we're going to end up with, fingers crossed, we're going to end up with Dragon Ball Fighters Z, which is looking to be amazing. Of course, another one I'm going to double dip, one on the PC and one for the Switch. But what else can I say? Everything is looking completely amazing when it comes down to the possibilities and what the Nintendo Switch has accomplished so far. So that being said, if you haven't picked one up yet, I recommend you wholeheartedly to go and pick one up. If not, then guys, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it, because there are tons of titles for this platform. I'm loving it so far. Money well spent, and it's still lasting a whole bunch. I mean, the system is amazing. What else can I say? I just looking forward for more and greater things in 2018. So Nintendo, congrats. Congrats on making a controller that I love and that it doesn't suck. Congrats on making a system that is nice to hold, nice to carry around, that's durable like all of your other consoles, and that it has amazing, incredible games. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, happy holidays to everybody. Take care, guys. See you next time.